Tengen has been acting strange of lately. For Suma, Hinatsuru, and Makio, they could obviously see that something bizarre was going on with him, and it was starting to make them worry about their husband. At first, they didn't make much of it, since they assumed he was just being his same old flashy, buoyant self. But Tengen hadn't said anything to them since he came back home the other night, which was so unlike him. His absurd of words spoke volumes, a stark departure from his usual chatty demeanor that filled the house with laughter and banter. Aside from that, the three women had even noticed how bizarre and consenting he was. It was almost as if Tengen was spellbound by something, or someone. It was as if he was in a trance, completely lost in his thoughts and unaware of his surroundings. The women exchanged puzzled glances, wondering what could have captured their husbands so completely. "I've been noticing Tengen has been acting weird," Suma said, furrowing her brows in concern. She alone with Makio and Hinatsuru, sat around the coffee table, sipping their tea as they delved deeper into the topic of their husband's unusual behavior. "I wonder what could be bothering him," she mused, her eyes reflecting a mix of worry and curiosity. As of late, they have been seeing Tengen doing more reading, which as something he would rarely do. Tengen reading material consisting of intermediate maps, outlays, descripting what appears to be in Yoshiwara, along with captivating images of oirons and geishas. His intense focus on their materials is contemplating by a distant look of infatuation in his eyes. Yeah, there was definitely something going on with her husband, and Suma just couldn't shake the feeling. He seems so happy, as if he's on cloud 9. You don't think he's seeing someone else, do you?" she asked her co-wives. "Don't be silly. Tengen is probably thinking about updating his wardrobe or something. I mean, why else would he be researching such colorful kimonos and combs?" Makio asked. "Huh? But they're all about geishas and courtesans." "Well, maybe he's thinking that we should be dressing more flamboyantly," Makio assumed while looking herself over. "Our clothes probably need more flair." Perhaps," Hinatsuru said thoughtfully. "I'm pretty sure there's nothing to worry about, and that there's a logical explanation as to why Tengen is acting this way," she said, her voice steady and reassuring. "Besides, we should trust our husband. It's not Tengen's style to keep things from us. So, if something is bothering him, he'll tell us," she said. Both Suma and Makio couldn't help but agree with their co-wife as they nodded. True, for as long as they've known Tengen and have been married to him, he'd never lied nor kept anything hidden from them. Plus, Tengen promised that their marriage would be about honesty, love, and communication. This unwavering declaration to truth and openness in their relationship has created a deep sense of security and connection between them, fostering a bond that only grows stronger with each passing day. They know that they can always rely on each other to be honest, understanding, and supporting no matter what the obstacle that may be faced. So perhaps there's nothing to worry about and everything's fine. Suddenly the three was startled when the soji that led to the bedroom slid open, revealing the sound Hashira. "Alright, I'm heading out. Don't wait up," Tengen simply said before walking towards the exit, causing the three women to glance at him in confusion. Perhaps they'd spoken too soon as they excused puzzled looks, unsure of why he's leaving so abruptly. Was there something urgent that required his immediate attention, or was he simply not in the mood to stay any longer? Their brows furrowed with confusion as they tried to decipher what sudden departure. "Huh? You're leaving, Tengen-sama?" Suma asked, looking surprised. Yeah, he replied, nodding. Why? She inquired. Curiosity was on her mind why he was leaving so soon. Today's my off day, so I'm heading out, he exclaimed with a grin, enthusiastic envelopment in his voice. Wait, where are you off to exactly? Asked Hinatsuru. I'm heading to Yoshiwara. He answered casually, causing all three of his wives to react with surprise. Yoshiwara? They all exclaimed in unison, their eyes widening in disbelief as they stared at him. You mean the red light district? Suma stammers. Yeah, but I'm only be gone for a minute or two, so don't wait up, Tengen replied with a weak wink. Hold up, wait a minute. Why the heck are you going to the red light district? And why can't we come with you? Makio asked, obviously not liking that Tengen is going to a place like that alone. For business reasons, he hesitantly replied. Oh, and what sort of business matters? Is it a mission? Hinatsuru asked, raising an elegant brow. Tengen chuckles nervously while rubbing the back of his neck. No, just some Najidans. Nothing too shady, I assure you. Makio, Suma, and Hinatsuru exchanged a sympathetic glance before Makio spoke up again. We don't believe you. She glared at him. Are you cheating on us, Tengen-sama? Suma whined, her voice tinged with a hint of betrayal. Have you finally grown bored of us? Tengen's eyes widened in disbelief at her accusation, his heart nearly shrieking at the thought of him hurting his beloved wives. Uh-huh. No, of course not, Suma. It's nothing like that. He stammers. Okay, then what is it? Makio asked. You know you've been acting weird lately. Makio's right. You're not yourself, Hinatsuru said sternly. Is it why you've been looking at pictures of women in vibrant kimonos? Suma pouted. Eventually Tengen sighed before slowly closing the soji back. He figured as much that Suma, Makio, and Hinatsuru were going to notice his odd behavior sooner or later. All vigilant as always, which is one of the reasons he loved them so much. He felt a pang of guilt as he realized he had distanced and preoccupied lately, causing certain among his wives. Honestly, ever since that nightly encounter with the hair-colored woman, Tengen couldn't stop thinking about her beauty. There was just something about her that made his heart beat faster. The image of her pretty face constantly haunted his dreams, making sure something in him fluttered. You know where. The real reason he's been looking at maps and reading about women in kimonos is to study the fashion style of an oiran. He marveled at how each piece of the clothing was carefully crafted and embroidered, the natural beauty of the weaver. The way the fabric draped and flowed seemed to tell a story of tradition and prophecy. Thus, he was pleased to know that the girl he encountered last night was practically from Yoshiwara, a renowned district known for its entertainment and brothels. This and more, all because Tengen was determined to go to the red light district and find the mysterious long-haired colored girl. He had been captivated by her beauty. Besides, he needed to return to the comb that she had dropped. However, it would have seemed he'd forgotten a number of golden rules. Never keeps anything secret from his wives. It's a polyamorous relationship, after all. It was about truth and trust. And to think a shinobi must be discreet and sly, Tengen knew he had to open up and address the elephant in the room, and was affecting his behavior. So he figured he might as well come clean. Ugh. Alright, you got me. He gave a dry chuckle before smiling. I figured I couldn't hide my anomalous mood for long. He added. Suma, Hinatsuru, and Makio all stared at him as if he suddenly spouted two heads. Anomalous? Enamorous? Hinatsuru questioned. Are you implying what I think you're implying? Our Tengen-sama is in love! Suma squealed with delight. Tengen sweated nervously. Now, love is such a strong word. I prefer to be enchanted, he says. Makio rolled her eyes. Yeah, you're in love, all right. She gave him a smug smile. So, I'm assuming the person you're interested in is either an oiran or a geisha and works somewhere in the pleasure district of Yoshiara, correct? Hinatsuru asked. Huh? What's the difference? Aren't oirans and geishas the same? Suma cocks her head in confusion. Of course not, idiot! Makio said, tugging on her co-wife's cheek. Geishas are traditional entertainers trained in various arts, music, and dance, while the oiran is a high-class courtesan valued for her beauty and companionship, she exclaims. Oh, I get it now, Suma says innocently. You're a dweeb, Makio groans. Anyways, are you considering, taking in a fourth wife, Tengen-sama? Hinatsuru couldn't help but ask. Tengen blinked once, then twice before saying, What? No, I barely even know the girl's name. I just wanted to maybe see her again, he asked nervously. So, you're going to Yoshiwara to see if you can find her? Makio asks. Tengen simply nods in response, his determination shining through his eyes. And aren't you going to ask us to join you? Suma says, sounding disheartened. Well, I figured I should do this alone, he says with a shrug. Besides, Yoshiwara is more hectic during the day than it is during the night. So you guys feel free to do whatever you want. With that, he stands up and casually stampers to the door. Anyways, have fun. Love ya. He blows them a kiss and opens the door, exiting the house. For a moment, the room falls silent. The sound of Tengen's footsteps fading away echoes in the room, leaving the emptiness that was not there before. That flamingo, muttered Makio as Suma and Hinatsuru nod in agreement. Hey guys, I want to say something. If you are hearing some, rustling noises, if you don't know, where I live, it is so hot here. So, for a while, we're going to have a fan going. So, I'm sorry if that bothers any of you. I don't want to be hot. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye! Mwah!